Cherry! Hello, everyone! Hello. And welcome. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Now, before we begin, just a quick thing. I don't know how long this is going to be. This is going to be how should I phrase this? Probably a little shorter than yesterday because I need to get a lot of sleep tomorrow. Well, not a lot of sleep for tomorrow. Long story, IRL job interview stuff. That I am honestly kind of nervous about that. Okay, why is everything freezing? Okay, there. Oh, that's why. Thank you. Yeah, I am nervous as all hell about future job interview. It is going to be a real pain. Well, yeah, technically it's the first round of interviews, and then if that goes well, I guess it's the second round, and then all the rest of the process. It makes me more than a little nervous. Oh, thank you. I know I will. It's just one of those things that you're just gonna have to deal with. Anyway, that's enough of that. Now, let's get started. Twitch is probably going to throw ads at you as usual because, unfortunately, Twitch doesn't do the thing of, oh, let's wait 1 hour before going. Nope, they just say, okay, let's throw an ad in immediately. Well, regardless, let's begin. Wapa! And here we are, back in Dubai. Where is the beast? Wait, where did Ereshkigal go? Darn it, is she getting hornier? I just couldn't resist making that joke. There. No, you're fine. Everything's fine. And you're going to do great again today. Hehe. I was miserable most of yesterday, but it still ended on a high note. Now I'm feeling more normal. Well, I bet today will wind up even better. Oh, hey. Hey, Viridian, welcome. Everything's going perfectly fine. I had some pasta earlier, and I have a job interview tomorrow. Well, it's the first round of interviews, so I am trying to keep myself from panicking. Oh, Rin would probably have an interesting experience. I've got to look for the silver lining. Hehe. Oh, I'm a teacher by trade, an English teacher, and I'm trying to get a job to teach English in Japan, which would be quite an experience, but also it's something I've wanted to do for years. Good morning, Ereshkigal. I'm sorry to spring this on you, but we have an emergency. Oh? What's wrong? It's the Spirit Origin radar embedded in my shield. Granted, it has been acting up since we got here, and I'm still not able to get an accurate reading on everyone's servant classes. That aside, this morning, it returned a reading I never expected here. I know this is hard to believe, but it says it's detecting a beast in the area. Dun dun dun! Wow, really? You don't say. That does sound bad. I'm afraid so, Master. Yes, I can't tell you exactly where it is, or what it's capable of, but I'm certain it's here somewhere. It could be in this very room. It could be standing behind Ereshkigal. While the radar may not be able to determine a servant's class, I don't think this is a bug. Beast detection is a separate function from the rest of the radar. Of course we believe you, Mash. This is a serious matter indeed. Ereshkigal's slowly dying on the side. I knew it. I knew I wasn't just imagining that beastly scent. You're right. Then the heat I felt earlier was indeed excitement for the battle ahead. Hang on a sec. Do beasts, normally just wander around like stray cats? I would expect to see it destroying the city, tearing people to shreds and the like. Yeah, that's usually how beasts operate. Only it's pretty clear none of that is going on here. I'm so sorry. I wish I could tell you all more, but I have no more information to go on. What do you think, Master? How do you want to handle this? For now, I think we can... Oh yeah, ad's just finished. For now, well, there's not a lot we can do without more information, so... Good point. We don't have any verified, viable, accountable intel yet. And while your hunches are lending credence to this discovery, the possibility that the radar is just malfunctioning remains. Also, to answer your question earlier, I can't remember if you had ads or not. I'm an English teacher by trade, and the job interview is to hopefully go teach English in Japan. That's something I've been wanting to do for years now. Then let's keep sightseeing and gathering whatever info we can. Good idea. I think that's the best thing to do right now, too. Oh yeah, it is a nice thing if I get the job. If I get it. It would play merry hell with my schedule, obviously. I have no idea when I'd stream properly if I did that, not to mention other things I do. But, well, that's something I'd just have to adjust to. Let's just keep going as if this beast doesn't exist. I mean, who ever heard of a beast hiding in plain sight, right? Enfield, that's also a fun thing. I have to play the latest story patch. I haven't played it yet. I kind of wanted to focus on FGO for a little bit. Anyway, we can cross that bridge when we get to it. For now, let's talk about this itinerary. We're going to the financial district. For the most part, we'll be sightseeing. We'll take the bus there like usual. Financial district. I don't know what would be interesting about that area. Okay, our next step will be the area between Dubai and Old Town Dubai. The financial district is part of central Dubai and... Wait, are we in the right place? Strange, Dubai is so different than you'd expect. And the On Dubai Ferris wheel, was that always in the same area? I thought it was over by the marina. Is something wrong? Oh, no, not at all. Come on, Lips, stay cool. You don't want them thinking you're a terrible guide. I am growing more and more suspicious about this Dubai. I guess this guidebook is a little out of date. Anyway, as I was saying, this area is distinguished by its many high-rise buildings. Oh. Yeah, spreading the electricity pylons is tricky. Gets a lot easier in the second area, but yeah, you get a bit creative with those. And not too far from those is another huge building, but unlike you've seen before, the Dubai frame. Oh? That said, it's not the only unusually shaped building here. The Museum of the Future is really unique too. However, the museum is incredibly popular, so much so I doubt we'll be able to get in. We'll start with the Dubai frame. I wonder what makes the Dubai frame so interesting. I've never actually heard of it before. Okay, never mind, it's an ugly building. What the... I see. It's a mysterious giant picture frame. Here we go, this is the Dubai frame. It's 150 meters tall, about the same as a 48-story building, and it's 95 meters wide. It's even been officially, recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest picture frame. To be fair, the Guinness Book of World Records is kind of a joke these days. Like, a complete and utter joke. I saw pictures of this while I was brushing up on Dubai. But seeing it in person is truly something else. Incredible. I can scarcely even grasp what I'm looking at. This is already turning out to be a wonderful experience. I can't believe it. The sheer bravery it takes to build something like this, and with such style at that. It's wholly unnatural, yet it blends so perfectly into its surroundings, all while exuding a sense of majesty unlike anything I've ever seen. Amazing. My brother would have loved to see this. So what exactly is this building for anyway? Yeah, what is this building for? I don't really like it. What does it do? I think it's supposed to be a large-scale representation of Dubai's picturesque beauty in building form. They say, depending on where you're standing, you can get a great view of the old Dubai and new Dubai through it. So they made this building because they consider the city itself to be a beautiful work of art. Yeah, but honestly feels like a vanity project mixed in with a weird tourism gimmick. A beautiful picture does need a beautiful frame to emphasize its qualities. That makes this frame Dubai's dress. And you could even say it's Dubai's armor. So cool. I guess she likes it. She kind of is a fan of buildings and all that, so makes sense. Speaking of art, I noticed there are two people over there eagerly painting their own. Van Gogh and Hokusai. Not surprised. I guess it makes sense that artists would be fascinated by a building like this. Oh, I did not expect Wangina and Paul Bunyan. And over there, I see a couple of people taking selfies with the frame. Makes sense. This does seem like a great place for Servantgram-worthy shots. Yeah, there's a specific Instagram for servants. And then there's... what is the CEO of Amazon Nest Company doing here? Huh? This is the place. Are you the ones who ordered the kebabs and shawarma? Mate! Mate! Delivery complete. Always good to have an uneventful... A new review, let's see. Your prompt and professional delivery allowed my husband to sate his hunger. Without your service, he would soon have begun to attack camels and dromedaries to devour their flesh. I mean, who hasn't started attacking camels and dromedaries to devour their flesh? I do that all the time. The resulting wild display would inevitably garner public attention, so exposing women around the world to his devastating attractiveness, which would force me to cast many curses I would prefer to save for other matters. Thank goodness that didn't happen. Curse. Apologies, I was so caught up in imagining those events, the little curse slipped out. At any rate, our rating is, of course, 5 stars. Customer's wife. For those of you who don't know, Edward Bloodaxe isn't actually insane. He just pretends to be insane because his dead wife is a witch and a yandere of the highest proportions. Like, highest proportions. Big thumbs up. Odd, the way our system is set up, it should not be possible for someone to write a review on another's behalf. Ah well. Sounds as if you are family, so I will not worry over much about this. Yep, I really want to summon her one of these days, and in the process get, like, an upgraded Eric Bloodaxe. You know, make him less of a joke of a servant. At any rate, the review is the best reward I could have asked for. Thank you, and we look forward to your next order. Hey Scar, welcome, welcome. We just watched Jeff Bezos in waifu form here deliver Amazon packages. I know you. Penthesilea! Oh wait. Wait, no. You're not Penthesilea. You are... Those glasses, that necktie. You're the CEO of AmazonS.com. Is that you? It is, and it is not. Here I am not only the CEO of the galaxy's largest online commerce and delivery company, and we had an event where we literally had to deliver stuff and essentially perform hostile takeovers of rival companies. I am also the founder of a local startup. My firm is focused on bringing our experience with online commerce and delivery to an entirely new product line. Yes, this is the upgraded Jeff Bezos. Penthesilea, Amazon S CEO. I don't know. I don't know who the Bill Gates would be. Perhaps you have heard of us before. Indeed, a company's name is its lifeblood. Branding is key to the synergy of any new endeavor. If you need a reminder, I'm happy to oblige as many times as it takes you to learn our name by heart. I also hope you will share it, along with these coupons for new subscribers with your friends. At any rate, the name of our new food delivery startup rolling out service in the city is Uber Eats. And now she owns Uber Eats. Yep, now she has Uber Eats. Space Penth at least, yeah. And I am the Uber Eats CEO. Funnily enough, not the weirdest thing I've had happen to me. Nope, not by a long shot. Univer eats. Indeed, have you already made an account with us? If not, scan this handy QR code will allow you to do so easily. I am scanning no QR codes. No, wait, perhaps it is fate that brought us here together. Let me ask you a question. If she asks us, is she beautiful, we have to say no. What is it? I have seen firsthand how adept you are at problem solving. Okay, I guess I just got hired as an Uber delivery driver. Wait, sorry, hit the button. That you are here now leads me to believe we are experiencing another incident. Thus, my question is this. Do you have anything to do with the latest news, which has all of Dubai in an uproar? What latest news? I'm sorry, but could you tell us what you're talking about? Yeah, is it the Beast? You mean you haven't heard? There is a notice about it on this very bulletin board. Beast alert in effect. The Beast could be anywhere. Maybe even right beside you. She could be in this very room. It could be you. It could be me. It could even be... If you see anything suspicious, report it immediately. Thank you for helping to keep Dubai safe. It looks like BB has noticed too. Then whether there really is a beast here or not, something is clearly giving off a bestial aura. Ereshkigal is just silently panicking in the back. Hang on, if BB's putting up notices like this in a city she controls, does that mean she didn't do this to me? Not necessarily. Oh, plushies. Plushie Bile, so cute. I mean, it could also mean that she's just doing this to mess with you. Thank you. Good. It could just be a trick to make me think that while she enjoys watching me get confused and flustered. Yeah, I can definitely see her doing something like that, so I can't rule it out yet. Either way, the fact that everyone's on high alert now is definitely not helping. I don't think there's a beast here personally. Couldn't tell you why I think that, but I really don't think there is. Beast or not, I don't see what it has to do with us. But, okay, but why do you think we have anything to do with this? I suppose we are kind of in the middle of an investigation to see if it has anything to do with us. But we're mainly just here to relax and enjoy a vacation touring Dubai. I see. Too bad. I was hoping you could help me arrive at a new breakthrough. Why? Did something happen? Okay, I hope you have fun. Alright, maybe telling you this will lead to some sort of hint. Then let us begin this brainstorming session in hopes of it leads to a mutually beneficial relationship. The reason for my personal interest here is that my employees have been coming under attack with increasing frequency. What is the original language the game is developed in? I would pick whichever one is the original language. And do you think these attacks are connected to the beast? To be honest, I don't know. Regardless, this problem is unlikely to resolve itself. It is doubly strange that it should be occurring here in Dubai, which is supposed to be safe and peaceful. As the problem is itself unusual, it stands to reason that the cause may be so as well, no? But yeah, that makes sense, Alright then, do you have any information you can give us that might help? I do not. That is why I adjusted my schedule to ensure the issue is resolved as quickly as possible. What do you mean? I gave all my Universe Eats employees a leave of absence, and am now making all of our deliveries myself. Jeff Bezos would never. He would never be able to do that. This is why she is the superior CEO. This guarantees that I will be the next employee to be attacked, at which time I can assess the situation for myself. The highly strategic, mission-critical methodology is designed to deliver a high-impact solution to optimize best-in-class execution. And that's the corporate lingo. Sounds an awful like brute force to me. It is, but sometimes the best solution is to just smash it with a hammer. Hey, what if we help the CEO with her deliveries while we sightsee? Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. But, sure, okay. You've probably got a moped or something, right? Maybe we can follow along in our bus? No, I use the traditional Amazon Nest means of transportation for our deliveries. My feet! I always make sure to arrive at a delivery, showing off my hot, sweaty body. Oh, I see. Does that mean we need to literally run around? I really don't think I'm up to that. No worries. I shall be able to keep up with her on my own. My experience being Santa Claus, yeah, remember he was Santa Claus at one point, should prove useful when making ordinary deliveries as well. I kinda hate that you're talking complete nonsense, but I understand you perfectly. The Santa nonsense is always hilarious. Okay, let's think this through. If there's a beast alert in effect, then it's safe to say there is a beast out there. But I also really don't think Ereshkigal has been going around attacking these delivery workers. Which means the attacker isn't a beast. Or we are dealing with a completely different beast. Anyway, for now, I definitely don't want everyone to start suspecting there's a beast, under their noses, so I think the best thing I can do for Ereshkigal right now is find whoever is responsible for these attacks. She and Margaret put a lot of trust in me when they told me her secret. I can't let them down. Well, helping with these deliveries would probably take us to lots of different places. Places around. And since we're planning to travel around the financial district anyway, I don't think it would affect our itinerary all that much. So if this is what you want to do, Margaret, I'm totally fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. Thank you. This will be a big help. Oh, good thing. We just received a new order. Let's head to our delivery location right now. But first, We need to stop by, let's see, a curry restaurant to pick up the order. Oh, wait, is this what I think it is? Be careful. There's no telling when or where the attacker might strike. I think I know who we're going to run into. I've been wondering where she will be. There's definitely an air of commerce here. Hey, Naira, welcome to the stream, welcome. I hope you enjoy. Look, there's Passionlit. Isn't she adorable? Yes, that's true. That is, the market we'll visit later is supposed to be more overly commercial. But it's clear how busy things are around here from all the cars and motorcycles on the road. Univer Eats, aka Uber Eats, is not the only food delivery service operating in Dubai. We have several competitors. It is inevitable, I am inevitable, that new entrants will appear whenever people see an opportunity for a success. Indeed, we have many rivals in the online commerce and standard delivery markets as well. Sounds like you're right in the middle of a battlefield with your very survival then. For your very survival. Exactly. And the fact of the matter is, this city's economy is thriving. It's certainly better for a city to have a good economy than a poor one. But when people begin to come not for the love of the city, but in pursuit of wealth, that is when problems can crop up. Yeah, migrant laborers and people coming to a city purely to work can cause issues in the long run. Not that I would know anything about that. This city is home to the... What did one hat say to the other? Heads up? This city is home to a delivery customer space spanning a wide variety of backgrounds and lifestyles. You'll stay here and I go on ahead. Very funny, very funny. I see what you did there. There are both good and challenging aspects to that. Ordinary citizens, celebrities, business owners, workers, and now a possible beast. Anyway, our client should be somewhere around here. I'm supposed to be incognito, so I don't really want to stand out too much, but this should be okay, right? Yeah, it's got to be better to order delivery than to walk into a restaurant and ask to be served. Plus, it's too late to cancel my order now. Yeah, this should be fine, right? I think that is them. Delivery from Univer Eat. Seal! Welcome! Oh yes, that's mine. Thank you so much. Hello, Seal. Let's see. Alright, let's see. I'm going to be fighting... Probably going to be fighting Seals, single target, Moon Cancer, so I'm going to want... Understood. Understood. I know exactly who I'm going to want. Where are you? Where are you? I know I have you around here somewhere. That's strange. Why is Martha... Wait, no, I hit Ryder? Yeah, I hit Ryder. I meant to hit Ruler. No? Ruler. There you are. Oh, wait, no, why? Yeah, that's mine, that's mine. Probably be very, very happy. Rin very much likes Baber. Rin likes Baber. Give her Baber. That's unfortunately a danger as a librarian. Huh? Is something wrong? You're too unique. You really like your puns, don't you? That's fine, I like puns as well. Spot the main character. You are a delivery service, right? And that delectable smell wafting from your bag sure seems like the food I ordered. Right, my apologies. Here you are. Now, if you would just sign here, please. Yes, of course. Mysterious Executor CIEL. There. Did you need something else? Oh, I'm sorry. You look like you're here. Don't look like you're from here, but I just realized you're not. You're probably not, are you? I like dad jokes. Oh no, this is not Kukulin. Got me there, got me there. Good one, that's a good one. You think I'd run into someone like you when I'm supposed to be incognito? I must have been a 1 in a million chance. Our customers' privacy is one of our core tenets. That being said, I hope you will permit me to ask you something potentially rude. Does your latest quest involve hunting a beast? No, it doesn't. I see. Then, it seems our business is unrelated. Forgive me, my aspirations are focused upon running a first-class business. I should not have said anything about this. At least allow me to give you this coupon for your next order. Also, you are also welcome to contact our customer support center if you would like to offer offer any feedback. Here, let's see. Personally, I think running a company with a human touch is better than treating it like an impersonal business. Honestly, thank you. Your feedback is most appreciated. Getting that bout of drowsiness from food earlier. It should pass in a few minutes. Just ignore it when I suddenly just pause or stop or don't do anything for a few moments. Boy, we dedicate ourselves first. Sounds like you have a lot on your plate. Your companions even more so. Alright, this is the tipping country, isn't it? Then, since you are all helped deliver my meal, I'll have to give you a tip. And I'd like that to take the form of a sparring session to help with my digestion. Wait, when did you eat your food? She gobbled it down without even blinking while she was talking to us. CEO, I hope you already know this person. Maybe I ask who she is, or... I can now tell you, a service company-oriented company lives and dies on our customers' trust, which is entirely true. Service industry requires a lot of trust from the customer. Alright then, my name's Seal, but feel free to call me Seal. If that feels... Let's see. He was just... How long have you been... Just... I get the joke. Cabinet. I feel like I've been running into a lot of senpai fight figures lately. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, nothing wrong with having multiple senpai, especially when they've got your back. Of course, if I tell you too much, then that'd make me more of a teacher than a senpai. But never mind that now. In that case, as they say, there's value in the ground and tree lives. Okay. Alright, now where were we? Time like the present, find out. Fight in the city. Okay, we're fighting Seal, I guess. We're fighting Seal. Let's see what Seal has in store for us here. Endurance battle. Okay, this should likely work. Now, Martha, punch her in the face. Imagine it as BB, and then punch her harder. What are you going to do? I'm going to hit you really hard. Multiple times. Hit her hard. Punch. Okay, you're protected, and I'm going to give you evasion. Koyan, you're probably going to die. Go! No matter, I have something just as strong. Face yourself, Seal! Second. You were just as good as the rumors said. Thank you. That was a great post-meal workout. Ah, they're bonding. They're bonding. 1 second. I'm just taking. Not at all. If anything, we should be thanking you. I can't remember when. Where, but we... Yep. Okay. Never where, but I think I've experienced combos like that before. Your style kind of reminds me of a couple priests I know. Do you belong to a religious organization or something? So you've seen other executors fight before. That's a surprise. There aren't many black key users out there. It was a pleasure to watch you in action. Ah. I can see how you managed to save the whole gal. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not so fast. I'm just an ordinary tourist like anyone else, remember? Right, this is one of the space... She's a space character at the moment. Alright, of course. My apologies. Anyway, I heard about your problem during our duel. So your employees have been getting attacked, huh? And apparently there's also a beast lurking somewhere? Glance. Yes, that's right. He 100% knows. Yeah, we have a million of all types in the storeroom. I swear I get so many black keys. I, don't suppose you might know anything about that. No, I don't. But as a rule of thumb, the important thing with incidents like these is to investigate known facts. If you just follow your gut, going after people because they kind of look suspicious, you'll end up wasting your and your fellow investigators' time. But sometimes your gut is just what you need. So I suggest starting with what you know for sure, then building up new leads from there. You know, that's a good point. I don't think we've even done a cursory investigation yet. CEO, could you give us any data you have on the attacks? The employee name? I don't know. The kinds of food they were bringing and that kind of stuff. The more information we have, the better... we have to work with, the better. Certainly. I will put together a presentation at once. However, while I would like to cross-reference the attack locations with the others, I'm afraid I'm not familiar enough with either to offer any details. I can help with that. I've been studying hard to be a guide here. Yep, and while it's not as insane as the London taxi exam, which apparently is one of the hardest exams in the world, it is still pretty difficult. So if you can just tell me the names of the food and places, I can tell you more about them. At least, I hope I can. Second. I like my chocolate. Anyway, that would be a great help. You're clearly very good at your job. I think I can chip in a little too. Okay, shall we get started? Alright, here's the list of every attack. Hang on. So you notice too, Master. Seeing them all laid out in a list does make it pretty obvious. Right, I never would have guessed they all had this in common. Sounds like you found a promising lead. That's great. So I'll be on my way. There are still other restaurants I'd like to try. Of course, thanks for your help. I know you're a protagonist or a important character, but still. She was odd. Yes, she was. She seems strangely confident, though. Whoever she is, is clearly far from ordinary. So, what's our next move? Ah yes, now that we know what the attacks had in common, I should be able to lay an even more effective trap. In fact, I think we are practically guaranteed to catch our culprit now. Now we just need to execute on our critical, best-in-class, high-impact solution. Corporate buzzwords, eh? Any corporate buzzwords. Yeah, now I need to get more happiness points, so... Swap Martha back. Castoria, Castor. No, you're pretty high, Castor. There you are. Swap you back in, and that should do it. No new... Yep, good. Alright, let's do this farming, get this little bit out the way, and we should be good to go for the next bonus. For all the rest of the bonus stuff to get all the... Let's see. Why are there crabs in the financial district? Maybe they're bankers. After all, the bankers are apparently so advanced, they must have advanced back to crab. Return to crab. True, I forgot to check. Delivery of chili crab, your order of red pepper, and Univer eater. Okay. I see. So they're basically our rival delivery company. Or they are the food. I'm going to assume that they're rival companies, or maybe, yeah, they are the food. Hello! Now your order's here with the side of ass whooping. Athanato eats CEO. No, I think we are literally beating them up in order to take their market share. Darn it, not quite enough. That's fine, that's fine. And I have enough buffs that the next time I attack, I should be able to handle it. Wanted a few more buffs, but okay. You probably wouldn't get Penthelia. We have to keep in mind that she is the CEO of Amazon Nets, which is it's clearly a different company that is only superficially similar to Amazon. Yep, that's the excuse I'm going for. That's the excuse I'm going for. Yeah, exactly. Penthelia actually does a lot of the work herself. She really has that... She really gets on the grind sometimes. Not the best one there. Not the best joke that time. With how often they... I do find it interesting in fanfic circles with how often Rin is and other characters are utilized as the vessels for goddesses and gods. It is kind of funny if you think about just what would happen if they were normal people. If Rin just got access to the Ereshkigal or Ishtar powers. I believe that's what they're doing in the Honkai Star Rail crossover, which I believe is in a few days. I'm going to be playing that. They're basically having Rin use her Zelrech magic in order to steal Ishtar's powers. At least that's my understanding of how that would work in terms of in terms of the mechanics of Rin, a human tapping into a servant's ability. Even as a beast, you're too cute, Ereshkigal. Okay, that should mostly handle that. That should mostly handle that. Alright, so now we're going to do this to get the fun out of the way. No idea what we're fighting, so standard setup, but I'm going to make one slight adjustment. Yep, random. I want to have it be random what ascension level I get with her. Okay, knock knock. Knock knock.
Sentou ne? 私を見ていてマスター。魂まで痺れさせてあげる。
24. Honestly, I didn't expect to get this far. Was the joke just to make a very awkward situation? Biological specimen. And that's a chicken. I see. Clever joke there, clever joke. Sometimes just making things awkward is funny. Although it kind of lands flat when you're trying to make... Maybe the word interesting is not the right word to say, but it lands flat when you're up against someone like me who's very hard to feel... I don't really feel awkward that often. At least I try not to feel awkward. And let me think of a good one myself. That would be your son giving into the gacha. When you have strong desire sensors. Ah, I see what you did there. To be fair, you could have swapped in any gacha game for that name. So, good one there. That's a good one. That was a good one. My joy counter has gone up. Oh, there's the side quest. Foreigner? We're fighting a foreigner, eh? Then if we're fighting a foreigner, I know exactly who to break out. When you fight foreigners, you use a foreigner. Actually don't have many foreigners that would fit this. Who is available here? Screw it. When you're fighting a foreigner, you break out the person with anti-threat to humanity. Go! Oh yeah, foreigner is a class type. It's specifically referring to those from outer realms. Eldritch nonsense. My favorite servant, Abigail Williams, was literally the first foreigner servant. Essentially, if a servant uses Lovecraft nonsense, then they're a foreigner. In foreigners that pop up that you may have heard of is Katsuki Hokusai, who is connected to Cthulhu. Then there is Van Gogh, who is connected to, I can't remember exactly what the outer god she's connected to. Then there's Voyager, as in the Voyager space probe, that is technically a foreigner of humanity that's spreading our ideas and humanity's influence to the outer realms. Volthum, yeah, that's it. That's for Van Gogh. And let me think here. We also have other foreigners that there's out there, but those are the ones off the top of my head. And he bumped into. Yeah, it has that type of vibe sometimes. Although foreigners are genuinely interesting and kind of crazy servants. Our next step is to limit our delivery options to the type that's been targeted before. That is, we allow only for the orders of that type. I've already updated the system to do just that. There, we just received an order for something called nafe. Wait. That's a dessert made from a noodle-like wheat flour dough that's then often filled with cream or drizzled with syrup. Next order, liquamat. Those are deep-fried dough balls soaked in sweet syrup. Oh, I just realized these are all sweets, aren't they? Which makes it very obvious who is causing the problem. Correct. Upon reassessing the damages my employees suffered during their attacks, we realized that every order stolen from them consisted of something sweet. Unfortunately, because I am unfamiliar with local cuisine, I failed to notice the commonality until now. That's why we're now limiting deliveries to sweets only. Yup, it's Echan. There's only one sweet fanatic this crazy here and that is Echan, aka a mysterious heroine, an ex-alter, aka a Kudere, a Artoria from space who's also a Sith Lord. Servant-verse is wild. We've essentially made ourselves the only service in Dubai dedicated exclusively to delivering sweets. Of course, I can't speak what other companies may be doing. We have and continue to maintain the top market share in this region, which means we have the highest chance of being attacked during the next sweet delivery. Just hope this works. Prime sustenance detected. Begin Refueling. What the? Oh. I just realized my mistake. I forgot. Foreigners are strong against berserkers. Why did I think a berserker was a good idea? An unidentified entity wearing mysterious black armor. Yep. Anyway, it's about to attack. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Beast or not, this is definitely a threat. I'll handle it. I feel like I've seen this thing from somewhere before. Don't be too rough with it. Okay, let's do this. And yeah, she's a week away, but that's fine. Now I just gotta hit her very, very, very hard. While you might have a class disadvantage, if I remember correctly, you're also anti-threat to humanity. For those of you who don't know, threat to humanity is literally a trait some servants have. Yes, actually. Foreigners are the natural counters to berserkers. A foreigner servant deals bonus damage against... Well, they deal bonus damage against fellow foreigners and pretender servants. And they also are the only class to take half damage against berserkers. Unfortunately for her, I have a berserker that's kind of bullshit. Semi-autonomous mode disabled. Oh? Now let's see what's going on with Etchan. Oh yeah, also I should mention that... Oh, so by the way, you like Baber? Here, have a Baber. One with glosses. Do you like this Baber? I like this Baber. She's a cutie. Is that... I guess Etchan finally decided that she's going to get revived and isn't just going to eat sweets in the afterlife. Which again was something she was doing. Like, canonically, it was something Etchan was doing. Huh? EX, what are you doing here? Master, it was EX underneath the mysterious black armor. So you're the sweets thief we've been after. I thought it might be her. Yeah, the moment I read exactly what the targets were, it was kind of obvious. EX. X. That name does sound vaguely familiar, but she is actually XX Alter. Yeah, servant verse shenanigans. Maybe that is how I was known many long seasons ago, before I donned this quantum armor. Just your generic gacha games. Okay, that's fair. And for a bit of lore dump, the Servantverse, their universe sort of operates on TV logic. So rather than determining their time in terms of hours or years, their time is essentially the seasons. So how many episodes and TV seasons rather than years, as they're all triangles. No. Well, yes, Fate goes its own universe, but the Servantverse is a completely separate universe that just kind of pops in on occasion. It's mostly there as a gag, really. It's honestly mostly a gag. She seems to be dazed. What to do with her now? Yeah, fiction logic. It is a universe where sabers are the dominant species, lancers are almost extinct as a result, and Mysterious Heroine X is the hero, basically Artoria, whose goal is to destroy all the sabers. The Servantverse is kinda crazy. It's a fever dream. She seems to be dazed. What to do with her now? I think we should hear her side first. I suppose that is fair. Oh yeah, the status quo is questionable these days. But then again, we have yet to meet Galactic President Gilgamesh, so who knows? I suppose that is fair. So tell us then, why have you been attacking people with sweets? I can't remember when it all began, but I remember being sucked into a black hole somewhere deep in space. My quantum armor went into semi-autonomous mode, so I could maintain its life support systems, causing me to lose consciousness. From what I can tell, I somehow ended up here, but the armor didn't have enough energy left to reboot. So it must have begun automatically refueling itself with compatible compounds, matching its pre-configured molecular formula, C12H22O11. Huh? I'm pretty sure that's sugar. That's the chemical formula for sucrose, the primary component of sugar. Yep. So you basically needed these sweets to wake up, well, to survive, really. Be that as it may, I can't condone stealing. Basic sensors coming online, assessing situation. It seems I forgot to account for ethical constraints, or rather, that I never included them on the list of forbidden behaviors. I did not know that people of this galaxy had created a system capable of delivering streets from all manner of vendors directly to you at a mere tap of a phone. Honestly, still sounds too good to be true. Yep, that's Echan for you. So you are saying your armor was stealing sweets because it was not aware of the existence of Uber Eats? Exactly. I did not know Uber Eats was a thing. Furthermore, I think the fact that most of these sweets weren't included in my database led to errors in its decision-making subroutines. Nafa Likumat Ma'akamul Baklava. You could blame them for my armor going berserk. Such sinful sweets. Now, if that is all you have to say for yourself, in much the same way villains grow stronger and cooler as the final season approaches, it's still hilarious that she's the villain of of X's story. They also begin showing more sincere, relatable sides of themselves you didn't know were there. What I'm trying to say is, I'm sorry. Good grief. So you were not in control of your actions. I understand I have a tendency to lose control of myself whenever I see anything that looks like a carrot. What? Huh? What? Well, oh, I get it. I get it. It's a joke. It's an apple joke. It's an apple joke. Well, you do not seem to be connected to the beast, and since the damage caused it was fairly limited, I suppose I can chalk this matter up to extenuating circumstances. Yay! I'd hug you to show how grateful I am for your well, I don't know the exact specifics. I know the last time, I think in Saber Wars 2, one of the reasons was because Space Ishtar, Space Astarte was distributing Saber badges as part of her space plan to take over the space, to dominate space with her criminal empire, but I don't know the exact specifics at the moment. But I'm afraid I am so low on energy I can't even stand up. Darn. Master, you just nodded as though you made up your mind about something. What are you thinking? CEO, is it possible to order from a newly made account? Of course, thank you for using Univer Eats. Then I'd like to order a bunch of local sweets. Does that mean you're... Part of it's to help EX, sure, but I also want to try them myself. Yeah, I want to try some of these too. Good point. I've been smelling tasty sweets for a while now. Might not have made any progress on the beast problem, but we did solve the mystery of these attacks. Want a little sweet party to celebrate capturing the perpetrator is understandable. Yep, I want to eat sweets. In fact, feels a little weird to invite said perpetrator to the party, but if you're all okay with it, I guess I am too. Now that my Santa memories have resurfaced, my fists are itching for some action. I can handle the deliveries. Yep, his Santa was a boxer. Well, we won't just be taking orders from one place, right? I'll do some deliveries too. We can all take turns handling the deliveries. Trying food you've never tasted before is one of the best parts of a vacation. Yeah, you have to set aside some food to nom 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 and just try the local cuisine. And of course you'll taste even better if we try them together. Now that Univer Eats operations are back to normal, making the first delivery myself will be both symbolic and efficacious. Alright, what would you like to order? Whatever it is, Univer Eats will deliver it fast and fresh with a smile. Here's the memo. Merry Christmas. It's summer, not Christmas. Yep, that's still a long way off. Nom 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 nom. Chocolate sweets. I like my chocolate. Sorry, making deliveries have brought me back to my house, those halcyon days I spent as Santa Claus. Well, it's a type of cookie frequently made with nuts and jam. What a nice, simple sweet. I love it. Fast charging energy reserves. Yum 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 yum. Munch munch munch. Yes, these have a very subtle taste to them. I only wish there were a lot more to go around. More sweets. Let me try another one. Ah, Hakuno! May I have your order number, please? Got it. Here you go. Be careful with those. Thanks. Nom 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 nom. That was nice. Okay, pickup complete. Now I just have to take the canal boat back to the venue for the party. What are you doing here? Ah. You're a very hard worker, aren't you? Well, you used to be. I can see why you weren't just another outlaw. As a manager in the pirate industry, you clearly have some keen analytical power. One of the most dangerous individuals in this city, and that's counting Ereshkigal the Beast. This thing is dangerous. You act confident and self-assured, but deep down you believe in rules and discipline. Efficiency might be a better word. Blackbeard is the epitome of a vile pirate. Francis Drake is a foolhardy merchant. And you, I'd say you're something of a disciplined soldier. Why, thank you. That's very kind. Though I'd rather you express your praise with actions as opposed to mere words. Yep, really trying to suck up. For example, if you wanted to start growing your hair out now so you can use it to hide your eyes, Bartholomew Roberts and your highly specific fetish. Then when you're older, if you committed to considering no other hairstyle so the whole world would fill up with women hiding their eyes everywhere. So creepy. Sorry, but I already have your reward right here. Yeah, Bartholomew Roberts it gets a bit creepy. What is this? Your reward stamp. Word of advice. Try keeping the creepy stuff to a minimum for a change. I'm sure it isn't easy trying to keep up that cheerful facade all the time. Ouch, as if I wasn't already painfully aware of that. Anyway, I wonder what this stamp is about. At least it doesn't seem to be anything bad. And well, I know what she said, but it's possible she's just shy. Maybe the stamp even serves to admit one into a secret hidden eye land. That'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, they exaggerate their silliness to a very high degree. Here, Echan, eat the sweets. Eat the sweets. Ew, I'm stuffed. Right, sweets are clearly nothing to scoff at. It's pretty easy to go overboard when you're trying sweets you've never heard of. Pardon the interruption? Oh, hi, EX. How are you feeling now? Much better, thank you. My energy has been completely replenished, and I've resumed normal operations. I know you weren't responsible for my armor going berserk, but even so, you wouldn't have been in the wrong if you'd reported me to the Galactic Police. AKA where XX Alter, where mysterious heroine XX works. But instead, you're throwing me a sweets party. Talk about a Botomochi from subspace. I suppose every antimatter melon has its day. These are servant verse idioms. Villain or not, I won't forget the sugary debt I owe you. And I know just apologizing isn't enough to clear my record. Is there anything I can do to repay you? That is a commendable attitude. I could take you on as one of our couriers, but in this case, I think these first-class part-timers here take precedence, since they contributed so much to solving this incident. I expect they will continue to poke their noses into dangerous situations. So if you wish to repay me, I'd like to hire you as their security detail. How does that sound? I have no objections. Besides, I can't guarantee I won't make the same mistake if I run out of energy while making deliveries. I don't really need any more bodyguards at this point, but... well, we could use all the help we can get. Okay, glad to have you on board. Contract sealed. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how reassuring it is to have a former final season villain join your side. Though I will have to be careful not to foreshadow any deaths. I'm nothing if not grateful to you all. Thanks. Once again, excellent work both in solving this case and in helping with our deliveries. Remember, Univer Eats represents a new era of employment opportunities, where anyone can come and work as they like. So you are welcome to return to us at any time. Whenever you wish to use your muscles to bring joy and food to others, we will be waiting for you. Yes. I'm glad we could get you a room on such short notice. Here's your key, EX. Thank you. Man, I'm beat. I can't wait to get back to my room. I'll go up with Ereshkigal and EX. Hello, so I'm going to take you up here because there are a few things we're going to have to sort out. And oh right, this seems like a good opportunity to check something. You're looking for a beast, right? Yes, that's right. Assuming there's even is one anyway. Stare. Very well. By the way, this is my villain radar. It was a middling success rate. It has a middling success rate at detecting villains once they reach a certain level of villainy. That's so silly, but that's perfectly servant verse. So what does it mean when it's flashing red like that? Good question. It seems to indicate that right on top of us there's a massively... Oh man, I know. It's probably going off because I'm a goddess of the underworld. I know everyone tends to forget a lot of the time, but I'm actually a personification of evil and chaos. You are just too cute. You are just too cute. Maybe I should work on my evil laugh to help people remember. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, ho, ho. No, wait, that makes me sound more like a goddess of justice than the underworld, doesn't it? Drat, now what am I supposed to do? Stare. Fine. As a favor from one villain to another, I will keep quiet about what exactly this ping means. However, I recommend you update your deception protocols. You clearly haven't done anything to counteract the unique elements you're exuding, and the radar can't help but pick up on those at this close of a range. Unique elements like what? She smells like the servant verse. Okay, that's interesting. Joy counter has increased. So Ereshkigal smells of the servant verse, I see. I really can't continue avoiding this. Perceptive, aren't you, Percival? Okay, hello. Looks like we all had the same idea. I suspect so. Who, me? I'm just curious, that's all. You could say the same of me. Alright, here goes. Yes? Not what I was expecting. I'm sorry to disturb you. We know it's ungentlemanly to visit a young lady's room so late at night, but there's something we need to discuss. Do you mind if we came in? It's fine. Everyone else is already here. So, you'll notice too. Well, yeah, it's hard not to. As much time as we've spent together, and I don't just mean today either. Hell, I bet Mash has spent more time with her than the rest of us combined. To be fair, Mash is first girl. She has a unique advantage. I suppose I have. Any case, it's clear Master hasn't been her usual self. Alright, let me share my observation so that we're all on the same page. I think Ereshkigal has become a beast. Yep, I figured they'd figure it out. I figured they'd figure that out. Water, delicious. Delicious. What's more, Master and I suspect Passion Lip are aware and have been trying to hide it from us. Does that about cover it for all of you, too? Yep. Turns out we're kinda shit at hiding things. Okay, that's everything we all know. Now, I think we need to discuss our next move. Yep. Eagerly raising her hand. Go ahead. What I'm about to say is a choice I've made personally, not one I'm trying to impose on any of you. Having said that, I know what stance I'd like to take, and I'd like to share it now, if that's okay. I'm thinking of continuing to let sleeping dogs, beasts, lie. Oh? How come? If Master knows Ereshkigal is a beast now, and she's chosen not to tell us, then I'm sure it's because she felt doing so wouldn't help anything. Actually, I believe she thinks telling us could do more harm than good. I'm sure if they thought telling us would improve things, or give them a hint as to how it happened, then neither Mash nor Ereshkigal would have hesitated to bring this to our attention. I love the trust they're showing in us. Really goes to show that we've been through a lot. Multiple genocides with them. Multiple genocides. That's just the kind of naturally good-hearted people they are. Yep. Of that, I'm absolutely certain. Conversely, that they haven't told us probably means they're sure there's nothing to be done about it. So they don't know how this happened. And don't see a path to finding it either. I suspect that's right. I, too, am certain Master wouldn't hesitate to come to us if she thought we could help. However, now that we've figured it out on our own, we need to consider what we're going to do about this. Yeah, we at least need to make sure things don't get out of control, or go anywhere truly dangerous. So, I want to do whatever we can to prevent anything like that from happening. I'm happy they trust us so much. Really makes me smile. Of course, as master servants and servants of Chaldea, that's exactly what we should be doing. But even so, I think we should continue to pretend not to know, so Master and Ereshkigal don't think anything has changed. Why is that? It's what I said earlier about telling us potentially doing more harm than good. When I try to see this from Master's perspective, I think I see the same pitfalls she does. Let's say we went to Master and Ereshkigal and told them we know the truth. Consider how that would likely play out. Master would almost certainly start devoting all of her time and effort to resolving the situation, even if she still had no idea how or why this happened, and can't yet see any possible solution. I also think there's a good chance of Ereshkigal beginning to act differently. I see. Makes sense. So she might even decide the best course of action is to leave us. So while it may be somewhat crass to put it this way, telling them would almost certainly bring our summer vacation to an end. And summer vacation is very important. Oh yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? We've never explicitly talked about it, but I'm sure everyone here knows how much... I cannot pronounce that. Needs this break. Well, yeah, she's been through a hell of a lot lately. Yeah, Master has been through a hell of a lot. That last thing we did was id. And it was, trauma. Very, very, very traumatic. So of course I want her to relax and recuperate as much as she possibly can. Master has always been particularly responsible, arguably too much so for her own good. If she had to choose between vacation and duty, she would never hesitate to choose the latter. Right. Just look at what's happening right now. The only reason Master agreed to spend summer vacation here in Dubai was out of consideration for us. I'm sure she's only thinking about making sure the rest of us enjoy ourselves. So if we were to reject that, it would effectively mean the end of this summer vacation. And she would go right back to her duties as the Master of Chaldea. Yep, we want a break. Ritska needs a break, and this is the most relaxing summer vacation in a while. All the previous ones were insane. And regardless of what she might want... so you're saying if we want her to continue enjoying this vacation, we have to continue enjoying it as well. And that's why we shouldn't let her find out that we know about Ereshkigal, right? Right. I'd like to at least keep that pretense going as long as we can. Ideally, we enjoy our vacation to our fullest. Master gets so caught up in the fun and excitement that she forgets all about the situation, and we find a way to solve this ourselves without her ever finding out. I understand this could be seen as lying to her, or even outright betraying her trust, but it also shows you care about us a lot. Thank you, Mash, you're a good eggplant. Don't worry about it. A relationship is kind of unhealthy if you can never lie to each other for any reason. Take me and Lady Yu. I've totally lied to her before. Like, whenever she asks me if she's shrunk after she's blown herself up, I always tell her she's as tall as ever. Zuzu. Yep. Zuzu. Because the important thing is that she's just as beautiful even if she's tiny. Alright, I'm willing to play along. Though, of course, should something happen... My duty as a servant of Chaldea compels me to do everything in my power to resolve it by Master's side. Thank you, Percival. If the situation takes a turn for the worse, and things really do become dangerous, I'm certain Master will do her best to fix it. So until the end, unless that happens, we should be fine continuing as we have been. Understood. In that case, what exactly should we do from tomorrow onward? I imagine we will keep sightseeing while gathering information, so I don't think much is actually going to change. I agree. We probably don't need to worry too much about it. It's still not clear why or how Ereshkigal became a beast. But we do know someone who should know something about it. And as the de facto ruler of the city, there's no way she wouldn't be aware of the beast alert currently in effect. You mean Bibi, yes? That's a good point. Regardless of her current position, we should still find a way to talk to her about this. Second. Unfortunately, there's no way to guarantee that we can meet with her just by visiting the Fountain Plaza. There's only one surefire way to get in touch with her. Her joy mission, huh? Right. I'm sure Master is aware of that as well, which is another reason she's continuing as though nothing happened. Gotcha. Then it looks like our best option... That's our best option too. Yep, we just have to have fun. Alright, I think that covers everything for now. If possible, I'd like for all of us to meet up like this again tomorrow. That way, we can share what we've learned and keep everyone abreast of any new development. Alright everyone, to sum up, we now have 3 primary objectives. Find out why Ereshkigal turned into a beast, continuing to feign ignorance, and successfully complete our Dubai sightseeing joy mission. I believe the second one is in particular will require the ability to improvise and think on your feet. I will do everything I can to support all of you. Have a good night, everyone, and good luck tomorrow. Yeah, but this is going to be a fun comedy situation where both sides are trying to get the other side not to notice, while both sides probably figure out that the other side notices. Alright, so I'm up against an archer. Then I'm going to take a cat girl. Okay, and swap you out with... Who's you? I'll get your bond up. Take another sip of water because, again, talking this much is a bit of a sore. Bit not very good for the throat. Ah, that's better. Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be touring the desert in Dubai's southern district. In stark contrast to the futuristic city you've seen so far, the desert is a veritable explosion of Dubai's wild nature and panoramic beauty, or so they say. Just checking, but what's going on with the beast alert? Is it still in effect throughout the city? Oh, I don't know. I'll go ask at the front desk. It looks like the answer is yes. There's been no change with the alert. Not surprised there, Ereshkigal's still here, but I get the feeling we don't need to worry about it too much. That it doesn't have anything to do with us. It wouldn't be right for a Chaldean servant to agree with her here. No, I don't think there's a chance we can afford to take. We should at least be vigilant for any sign of it. What do we do now? Okay, 1 second. I'm not sure what she was talking about, but it still kind of concerns me. Maybe we should take some time to figure out how we handle things today. I think we'll just have to keep doing what we've been doing. Gather information and make the most of our vacation. Oh, don't you think that's a little too devil-may-care? Well, yeah. Gonna do it anyway. Let's just say I have a hunch the beast isn't going to cause us any trouble. Flirt. I used flirt. Since the beast wasn't in the city, maybe we'll find it in the desert. So I say we continue with the itinerary as planned. Alright, if you insist. I swear. Guess Master's hoping to find whatever information she can. In that case, apologies, but could we give me 5 minutes? I think I left something behind in the restaurant. Please go ahead. I'll meet you aboard the bus. What is Percival doing? Okay, no problem. Our hotel is actually quite close to the desert, so it won't be a long trip. Oh, so this is a bus. It uses an internal combustion engine to turn its wheels and propel it along the ground. No rockets, no subspace navigation. How strangely quaint. How comes there's so much empty space out here? Well, I mean, we're near the desert area. There is still a great deal of ongoing development in Dubai, so I guess it is related to that. Ah, so it still has a lot of room to grow, does it? How youthful. Not to say I no longer have the potential for growth myself. What do you think? What kind of buildings would you like to add to me? Please, don't be shy. As long as they don't violate any zoning codes, I'll do my best to accommodate your requests. In fact, zoning codes differ from country to country, so depending on how you interpret them, This is the weirdest flirting and such a heavy innuendo. What you get when you have a city as a potential girlfriend. You were right, it was close to our hotel. Okay, this is the part where you've all been waiting for. From here, we'll be taking a buggy out on a desert safari. We'll be delving into the heart of the desert as we race up and down the sand dunes. Now, there should be a driver coming along to pick us up. Oh, maybe that's them now. Vargas! Vargas, hey! What? Best doggo. Best doggo. Head pat, head pat, head pat. Hey, Vargas! Aw. Yes. It is great. It is great. I like big woman. In more ways than one. There you are. Is everyone present and accounted for? It looks like there's one more of you than I was expecting. Not a problem, I've got plenty of space. Captain! So you're going to be our driver, Vargas. I am. I believe you know that I devote the majority of my time and energy these days to forest preservation. And I trust you also know that there are various projects underway to turn deserts green. Which means this desert could one day become a forest. All of this is to say that any duty is to keep the peace not only in forests but in deserts like this as well. Although in real life that's actually kind of the opposite happening. In long story short, a lot of the Middle East is drying up because of they're tapping into so much groundwater and sucking it up that, well, things are running dry and dams are causing extra evaporation, so there's even less water to go around. Be warned, and that I will not tolerate any form of littering. Plastic in particular is notorious for not being biodegradable. Also, talk about dependable. Best doggo. Best doggo. Alright, get in. I'm going to treat you all to an exciting, pulse-pounding desert drive. Excuse me. On our way to your destination and its beautiful scenery. Be warned, I won't be taking it easy on you. Perhaps because the income I earn here goes directly towards conservation efforts. And partially because I want you to experience what it's like to ride the desert waves. Most people never get the chance. I've actually done something sort of like that. There are some dunes near where I live, although those are more like beach sand dunes rather than sand dunes. But once or twice I've done this thing called sandboarding, which is like snowboarding down a sand dune. It's pretty fun, all things considering. Now, where were we? That said, I advise anyone prone to motion sickness, take the middle seat. I've never ridden a roller coaster, but I understand this ride may produce similar sensations. Really? Damn, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Don't worry, Zuzu, it's not going to be that bad. Maybe. Possibly. It might be that bad. Hold on tight. We're going to kick it up another notch. Yeah! It really feels like we're falling. These sand dunes are way taller than they look. These merciless G-forces are assaulting my entire body. It reminds me of the time I had to make a desperate getaway from the galactic release by weaving through a space-deep Debris grape. Arc! I've never experienced turbulence on the ground before. What a great way to train your balance and core strength. Aha, it takes me back to all those storms I weathered out on the open ocean. Hey, how sure are we that this is meant to be fun, not some kind of torture? That was my understanding, but now I'm not so sure. Wait, Ereshkigal, your hat. Showing your... Holds her hat to her head. It's not safe to let go of the pole here. Let me keep your anchor in place. With my giant hands. Oh, but please be careful not to fall into my cleavage. It's really dangerous in there. Are her horns in this? I think it's meant to be a kind of an underworld crown, yes. I think that's sort of what it's meant to be. And yeah, funny. Don't fall into my cleavage. It's dangerous. I appreciate the help, but could you try to give me a little more breathing room, please? That looks rough on a bunch of levels. I was not expecting Barghest, but I'm... Okay, okay. Yeah, she could probably do it. She could probably give herself boosts if she wanted. She is an alchemist and she does a lot of nonsense. So yeah, if Lufu wanted, she could give herself a boost. Let's see. While driving. This is not literal. This is a metaphorical representation of, well... Barghest driving. Button. Now, I wonder if this one looks different. I can't remember if I've seen this. No, it still looks the same. Rising strength. You fool! I expected that. And now, face the wrath of a cat girl. Or a cat girl milk. Go! Perfect, perfect. Alright. We're here. Nice job hanging in there, everyone. Now, come on. Drink in 360 degrees of panoramic beauty. I'm still dizzy, but... Wow. You got us right in the middle of the desert. I know we've been to deserts before, but this one feels different. it somehow seems safe. Maybe because it's so close to a modern city like Dubai. This is nice. Great breeze, not too hot, not too cold. That does sound nice. This is exactly what my inner ear needed after the trip here nearly killed me. Honestly, I thought we were going to find an oasis or something. What a wonderful place. The beauty of the desert, the beauty of the sun, and the breathtaking grandeur of nature are all at their peak here. Right you are. In that sense, this desert, which may one day become a forest, probably not. I mean, you have to do a lot of stuff to turn this into a forest, is already like any other forest. Thank you for saying that, Mash. That sentiment really helps me see the value in what I do. Not to mention, there aren't any of the High Queen's detestable caterpillar. Strange. It almost feels like there are some enormous ones lurking here somewhere. Excuse me, I need to take this call. It's me. You've pinpointed its location? Understood. Thank you. What was that about? I suppose there's no point in hiding this. We've received reports of some sort of creature in the desert skulking about, corrupting and ruining heroes. Tentacles? I'm thinking tentacles. Something related to tentacles. It seems we've got a fix on its position, so I'm going to bring it in. Did you say a being that corrupts heroes? So it could ruin good goddesses and make them into walking calamities? That's an oddly specific but purely hypothetical example, but I suppose it could technically be possible. Then you have to let us help you catch it. Yeah, exactly. Frankly, I would be grateful for your help, Master, but are you sure you want to do this? I'm sure. We're sure. We may be here on vacation, but we've also been looking for potential leads on the beast alert around the city. A beast, huh? People have been talking about that, yes. Even I've caught its scent fairly, though only faintly. Oddly enough, the scent seemed to get both stronger and weaker today. That's probably because I'm here now, and because I adjusted my disguise spell the way XX advised yesterday. Then again, that scent could also belong to some other being that has nothing to do with me. Right? Of course we'll help. Better? If this creature is a threat, then it's our duty to stop it. Percival, you are so reliable. If this is what you want to do, Margaret, I guess it's fine with me. Great. Then let's get back in the car and go bring this thing to justice. I wonder what it is. Suburban desert. Okay, another foreigner fight, and this time I won't make my mistake. I remember what foreigners are weak to. So I need to break out an alter ego. I don't have not really many event alter egos that I could use. Sure, why not? Gonna have to adjust the team quickly. Ruler, Summer. Melt was involved, Passion would get no screen time. I wouldn't say that. But possibly. Entirely possible. It's entirely possible that Melt would try to steal the spotlight, but she only really does that in shorter bursts as far as I can tell. My contact tells me our target has been operating out of this cave. Yeah, this seems like the kind of place a villain might be doing some plotting. Oh, goodness, nobody told me to expect guests. Welcome to my humble abode, everyone. Why am I not surprised it's you, Molay? I'm not surprised there's you, Jacques de Molay. Talk about a scheming villain. I mean, she's also a bit of a girl failure. Oh my, why are you looking at me like that, Master? It feels like you suspect me of being responsible for every problem here. How terrifying. No way. Are you Black Goat, the Devil Summoner? Grand Master of the Knights of Temple Noir? Who's plotting to conquer the galaxy? Makes sense? What? No way. What are you even talking about? Also, Black and Noir means the same thing. Now that I look closer, it seems you aren't. That's a relief. I may be a villain, but even I kind of hate the idea of being an interstellar or black mass. In every universe, she desires tentacle girls. What is it you're doing here? Well, if I have lots of things I want to do, so I guess I'm picking out one that seems feasible and tackling it exactly how I want. Though that doesn't mean I'm just doing whatever I feel like. Elaborate, for example. Are you using evil power to transform heroes' basic natures? My, those gauntlet eyes of yours are so serious. Why ever would you be asking? This isn't a game. Answer me. Now. Aw, you're no fun. So you're asking if I'm up to my usual tricks. Namely, whether I've been conducting bizarre and obscene rituals to summon horrific demons. If so, the answer is none. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was trying to do just that, but for some reason I just couldn't get it to work here. It is most annoying. It was kind of like the demons I tried to summon weren't home or something. Still not sure what that's about. Maybe because this is the future? Maybe. At any rate, I definitely haven't been summoning any demons. And as for corrupting heroes, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I can see the obvious foreshadowing. Woman, are you here? I need another loan. The last one wasn't nearly enough. Izo, you fool! You fool, how did you pick the shadiest loan shark? I got a little carried away at the club last night. I'm a generous sort, so I decided to buy everyone else a couple rounds. This Dubai place is a lot of fun, but it sure ain't cheap. Merde. You may not have summoned any demons, but it seems you have been up to other nonsense. Looks like a good old-fashioned loan shark to me. I don't know what she's taking as collateral. Probably your consent to be turned into a cultist girl, considering what she does. So this is what those reports about corrupting heroes was referring to? What is it? Why is everyone looking at me like that? What I do, is it wrong? Is it so wrong to borrow money so I can go out to eat and drink? Yep, honestly, that explains a lot. This isn't at all what I was hoping to learn here. Nonetheless, our objective remains the same. The last thing this desert needs is an illegal money-lending operation. You're under arrest. I'm bringing you in for questioning. What? Come on. And what's the harm? I just wanted to run a little business this summer. Aww. Well, I figured that wouldn't be enough to get you to let this slide. Okay, time to turn the lemons of this client's terrible timing into lemonade. See if I get arrested here, you can kiss any future loans goodbye. That may well be the least of your concerns. So if you want to keep living the good life, now's the time to fight for it. Heavy thud. Fine, I shouldn't want to give up my swanky Dubai lifestyle, so I don't have to. But you're gonna owe me extra. Well then, time to deal with Izo. Stretch. Fatal battle. Izo has a debuff, it seems. What is that? Keep living the good life. Let's see. Charge for yourself, increase allies, charge at end of turn. Okay, I have a plan. Thank you. That's delicious. I have a plan. Now, activate Pragarak. Oh, right. I got very lucky and got the Z NP2 when I did the roll for her. Where I hate losing. Dead. Dead. That's why Bazette is such a useful servant. Can do that type of nonsense. Well, yeah, I think I'm not quite sure. Can Bazette break bars? I can't remember. Nope. I'm attacking you. Nope. That is a fun servant to use if you know what you're doing with her. Got you. Merde, I had a feeling we might be outnumbered. No, my carefree Dubai lifestyle. Just to make sure, do you know anything about the supposed beast that's got all of Dubai in a tizzy? If I did, I would have done a little better job here. A better job taking advantage of it, obviously. I see. Please don't feel discouraged, Ereshkigal. Even if we've only eliminated one possibility, it's still progress. Plus, you know, she kind of deserved it. She very much deserved it. 100% deserved it. Oh, I mean, of course we're all Wait 1 second. It's having come all the way out to the desert only for our lead to be a red herring. Right. I mean, it was pretty out of our way, wasn't it? That was too close. It was so obvious in my disappointment, I almost let them find out. All that aside, I'm surprised we managed to find my hideout so quickly. I thought I made sure I was flying under the radar with my little operation. I wasn't the only one looking for you. My contact gave me the intel that led us to you. Huh? Who's your contact? It just goes to show that I'm not the only one who wishes to keep the desert safe. Oh, speaking of the devil. Of course. Of course, these ladies. Zenobia, Queen of Sheba. Ah, so you're the one running the legal money-lending operation near my camp. I came as quickly as I could, but it seems you've already taken care of things. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for handling this so quickly. Aren't you a moneylender, Sheba? I would be a poor queen indeed if I were to let you leave unrewarded after you did such a fine job bringing this loan shark to justice. Allow me to invite you all to my camp. Oh yeah, I think Sheba's just there because she's against competition. If nothing else, we can all have a lovely tea time together. I have plenty of dates to go around. Probably more upset by the competition, as you said. Let's see the next one. Actually, starting to get pretty close to the current time gate. Let's do this one. Sorry, Bizette, but I need to have Ereshkigal back, so yeah. But I'll get your bond level up since I have you here. Very good so far. Very good. And I forgot to swap out the one servant. That's gonna cause confusion. Oh well. I just have to deal with it. That's one enemy down. Oh, that's a big snack. Let's see. Watching Scorpion from the east. Scorpion headed west. Scorpion from the east and a Scorpion headed west. What's my battery life like? Yeah, still 50% to go. up. Hello.
人気ドルさん登頂成功。白兵隊行きます。
I'll
そうや
just
ります。
do the best I
間
can.
に合うかしら。明快チェック
And out.
式。これくらいならダメでした。
Alright, Ereshkigal. Do the thing. Do the thing.
メガスペースオープン。芽吹く荒野、溶ける王冠、可憐に散るバラのごとく。私の秘密、守ってね。行くわよ、ガリラハンター。怖い話がお好きかしら。みんな集まって。そのズイラで燃やしてあげる。はい、鑑賞。泳ぎに行きましょう、マスター。
Ooh, I got lucky. I got lucky. I think I got a CE there. Oh yeah, I got lucky. Point CE. That's going to help things considerably. Still need to continue doing it. Yeah, as I said, I have a lot of apples on me. I have maybe a bit too many apples, but what can you do? Sometimes you just collect them. Astoria. Guess I'm gonna have to lower the rarity of a servant. Have any lower rarities? Lower rarities that are applicable. Let's see here. No. No, and Brobeard is already max. So I'm gonna have to swap out you. And since I... There, that takes care of it. Zufu is... There you go. That gets Zufu those bond points. Alia. This should, I think, get me all the bond points I need. Not all the bond points, but the point ladder points I need to get to the next phase. Perfect. Get this. And then get that. Nice and simple. Alright, so now the final one. Okay, that should hopefully handle that. That takes care of them. And with this taken care of, now we can focus our energy. Get bond levels, get the XP, and I think that So I think I actually might be a touch short of what I need. Check. Let's check. Yeah, I need a little bit more points to get the desert sightseeing reward. Okay, 1 second. Collecting my fragments and that. Make sure I have everything I need. And one more time. This should be the last time I need to do it. Wait, let me check something. What's my situation on the point shop? Need a few more lamps. But what other things can I buy? Let's see here. Primary focus should always be on the materials, because by God, some of these things are a nightmare to farm. FGO's biggest issue is just their drop rates for materials are abysmal. You can spend your entire... You can spend the entirety of your AP for a day on just farming a single node that has the best drop rates, and you would not even get one of them. I really made it a nightmare leveling up Hercules when I started out. Because part 1 dragon wings are a bit harder to find than you think. Nowadays, I have more materials than I know what to do with most of the time. Alright, let's go see what we find. Let's go see what we find. Ereshkigal, do the thing. Have to level up. Get this. Ereshkigal, do the thing. Got Sufu levels, and yeah, that should be that should be enough to unlock the next quest, which would then allow me to unlock the next main story section. Alright, let's see what nonsense is going on over here. I bet you it's going to end up a case where Queen of Sheba has a complaint about something. Like, Queen of Sheba's probably has some scheme going on, or some other reason. Oh, I obviously first have to deal with these zombies. Why are there zombies in the desert? I don't know. But it looks like there are 4 levels of this, so I'm gonna have to kill a lot of things.
寝台回帰臨界行けるところまで行ってみる宇宙の終わりその先へメガネでミストとか最高でしょ
Okay, and now we're facing against wyverns. Suddenly wyverns, okay. And wyvern machines. Alright then. Wyvern machines of some kind.
寝台回帰臨界行けるところまで行ってみる宇宙の終わりその先へメガネでミストとか最高でしょ
Okay, Cosmic Zone. Need to down cats, so is this some type of holiday destination? Or not of like amusement park situation? I don't know. I'm just going to just continue spamming my AoE Noble Phantasm. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks, God. Thanks. I don't know how much longer I might... I'm figuring out how much longer I'm going to play. Because this is starting to get a bit late, and my voice is starting to kill me. Just a tad. Okay, Dark Malice. Alright then, Dark Malice. Let's do this.
了解ですもちろん了解です今こそ華麗に美しくひとえに苛烈に残酷に
Alright, the next series of attacks should take it out. Perfect. Now finally, I just... Now I just need to... Trigger that. Trigger that for extra buffs. And now we're going to nuke it down. Now we just gotta nuke it down.
Shinsei. 始まりは無限、おしまいは極点。でもその先だってまだあるはず。あなたとならどこまでも。
And with that, I've taken care of that obstacle. Now time to focus my attention back on the main objective.
どう？ちゃんと覚えてくれた？
Joy has been acquired. Or joy has been acquired. Let's see what the next section's all about. To the Dubai Desert, the Queen and the Camel. I know for a fact that Queen of Sheba really likes her camels, so I'm not too surprised by that. Wow, this is a luxurious little... I'm going to say oasis? Just luxurious in general. You see, there are plenty of dates for everyone. Go on, don't be shy. Dates are a staple here, just as they are in my homeland. Oh yeah, that's Zenobia, the Queen of Palmyra. Very famous in terms of Roman history, if I remember correctly. They're made by drying out date palm fruit. It wasn't Holy Roman Empire. I have to double check. Of course, there may be no need to tell you about them, since I'm sure you've all had them many times before. Oh, that's interesting to hear, and yeah. Yeah, Zenobia is one of those historical characters that was very important. They weren't really mentioned much outside of specific historical texts and people who are looking up stuff like this. My point is merely that you're free to eat as many as you like. I'm quite fond of them too. Yeah, that's another issue. To be fair, you kind of deal with that a lot throughout history when it comes to female authority figures. Like, Wu Zetian is often depicted as very evil of a woman, and there were a lot of efforts to essentially erase her name from history. I'm quite fond of them too. Delicious. Agreed. This simple sweetness and texture reminds me of dried persimmons. I could eat these all day. Yum 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 yum. Munch munch. It's too bad Barghest couldn't come with us. Indeed. I suppose it just goes to show how seriously she takes her daily exercise routine. Bye, Sports Gym. Desert Region Bronze. Whoa! Whoa! That's it, you're doing great. But I think it's time for a break. Muscles should be feeling the burn pretty well by now. I can't stop here. My summer duty is the protection and preservation of nature. I must remain in top physical performance. Physical form. Really do take this seriously, huh? Seems I shouldn't be using the usual metrics for someone like you. Alright, time for the hard course. Let's find out where your limits really are. Give me another set! Absolutely. You know, you have the makings of an excellent master. Yep, they went through a lot. Such unwavering commitment to her principles. She is truly a guardian of nature in the desert, in every sense of the word. Oh yeah, Barghest is... If she was a real woman, and she would be quite the catch. Not only is she big in many, many senses, she's also a loyal person, very, very affectionate lover, and a fantastic cook. Really, checks all the boxes. But I would still love to have someone like her as a general in my army. So what happened with Malay after that? Tiki, don't worry, we are more than fair. Once we've collected her fines, we'll arrange a legally binding contract with her and have her run a bank for us. Honestly, good idea. Jacques de Molay was actually a very good banker. The only problem was that her money-lending operation wasn't legally authorized. As long as everything is above board, there should be no issues. There's no denying how high the cost of living is here. Yep, Molay is great at finances, as fitting of a Templar. And when customers are trying to decide what to buy, well, the more choices the better, right? She was happy to agree. Said it beat just sitting around a jail cell twiddling her thumbs. I'm going to assume BB and just them doing their usual. I can't tell if you're being magnanimous or devious. This desert feels a little different from my homeland, but it is still a fine desert indeed. So, as a queen, it is incumbent upon me to enjoy this desert and ensure it remains peaceful. And economic stability is a critical component of peace. That is why I have brought the Queen of Sheba in to serve as my financial minister. She has been a great help in that department. See, well, I do know a thing or two about making money in the desert. What do I know about the rumored beast? I have been vigilant, however, I have not noticed anything strange thus far. If we did have to contend with the beast, we would not have had time to concern ourselves with a loan shark. I see. Then I guess there is no other problems here in the desert, huh? Now I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I would say that. Why? Is there a problem? Shiro is a... Wait, are you saying Fate Strange Fate? Don't you mean Fate Extra? Or was it... God, there's so many different fates. Because... it is complicated with Shiro. He's in different locations. Not exactly. It's more of a request I have for you. Though I confess one I am embarrassed to make. Oh yeah, that one. I remember. Yeah, I was correct. If we're looking at the timeline... well, in that timeline, he's probably just at the clock tower with Rin. Good point. If anyone is up to the task, it'll be Master and her crew. Indeed, you see, we have been holding camel races is to help drum up business. Yeah, Waver's entire class is basically all of these people are protagonist material. That's entirely fair. You see, we have been holding camel races to help drum up business. Camel races, right, I remember now. In the Middle East, they tend to race camels instead of horses. You should see an ostrich race. That is both interesting and hilarious. Tells his master... That's right. I read about them as well. They're quite popular here. Oh, don't worry, I won't spoil anything. No kidding. We do not take bets, but we do offer prize money, and of course, the jockey's honor is on the line, too. They are very engaging to watch. At any rate, we have received word that some jockeys will be unable to participate in the next race. Their reasons are understandable. A sudden illness, a camel injury, things of that sort. Whatever the reason, we now need to fill. Oh, how many slots are we missing now? 3, I believe. Right. We need to fill 3 slots. I am hoping you might be willing to do it so yourselves. You are all well known around here. And having skilled competitors in the race will make things more fun for the spectators. Yep, that's entirely true. Okay. I know this is quite a lot to ask. So suddenly too, to boot. So I certainly will not demand you claim first place. Though of course, if you do manage to place high, you will be rewarded accordingly with prize money. I see. That does sound like a great way to have fun in the desert, as much for riders as for spectators. Speaking for myself, I prefer oceans of water to seas of sand. I will enjoy this from the stands. So our rider servant is not participating. Sounds fun, but I don't have a camel. I don't suppose I could ride my own steed, could I? Oh sure, that would be perfectly fine. Yep, there's no problem with you riding a dragon. My camel race is special, you see. Anyone who has a horse or mount of their own is free to use it. I then use illusions and perception blockers to make them seem like they're riding camels. So anything goes then. In that case, could I compete with city mechanisms? Whole city is probably pushing it. I don't even think I could hide a Gundam. Yep, Queen of Sheba is hot. She is very, very hot. A car, sure, but I can't really allow something to enter the race if it's too big to even qualify as a vehicle. I said she. I said she. I said she. She is very hot. Damn, well, I suppose a city my size could cross this desert in a single step, so it won't be much of a race. It happens, especially when my audio settings admittedly aren't the best. Hold on. If we can use any kind of regular-sized vehicle you like, wouldn't anyone driving, say, a car or a rocket have a huge advantage over anyone driving a camel? Don't worry, I've got that all covered. Whenever I cast the illusion that makes your ride look like a camel, I also apply a modifier that converts it to camel speeds. I guess when you think about it, it's more of a curse, really. At any rate, the modifier ensures that every racer moves at the velocity their vehicle would have if it was a camel. Which means that everyone gets to enjoy a fair, pulse-pounding, super darling camel race. All that said, I really rather racers compete with a camel whenever possible. Queen of Sheba very much likes camels. It's one of her big defining traits outside of being I'm going to say money grubber, but yeah, she just likes money. That's great. Then my steed and I can race after all. We're gonna go so fast. Come to think of it, don't you have a camel of your own now, Zufu? Who, me? Well, I guess one did spawn when I got this swimsuit spirit origin. No idea why, though. Really? That's perfect. Then you simply have to compete. I always love meeting darling new camels. Starry-eyed. Camels. Damn, talk about pushy. If I had to choose, I'm actually more of a sailor than a jockey, you know. Alright, if Nikichi and Zufu are going to compete, that just leaves one more slot. Why don't you take it, Mash? You should have no trouble thanks to Sir Galahad's riding skills. I suppose, but isn't that also true for you, Percival? Well, yes. But on the matter of enjoying camel races, the jury is still out as to whether it's better to spectate or participate. Besides, if you do it, you and Master could team up and race together. And since this is more of a festival event where it doesn't even matter who wins, then arguably the best way to enjoy it is to take part in it. I'm pretty sure you'll have much more fun if you do so with Master than by yourself. You can absolutely ride in tandem if you like. Camels carry 2 people at once all the time. That is true. They also spit. I actually was thinking it'd be nice to ride a camel. You too, Master? I didn't expect you to be so interested. Oh, but let's see what's on right now about it. I find it... yeah, I do see your point there. I do see your point there. I think the part of the issue is that it went very much the ensemble method rather than having a defined... Well, okay, technically there's a defined protagonist, but it's very more of an ensemble setup rather than just one defined protagonist, even if we technically have one. Still, I'm afraid we don't have a camel ourselves, or even anything we could use in place of one. Oh, if that's all, I can just rent you one of my special flock. I have plenty to go around. Well, letting Master have a relaxing vacation is one of our main objectives, so I guess... Alright, I'll do it. I'll compete in the camel race alongside Master. So you're going to be one of my opponents. Now I'm really excited. Damn it, why did I have to get stuck with some random-ass camel in my spirit origin? Oh yeah, no, I am up to date. This event is actually part of playing the next major story component. Like, beating this... That's why I'm streaming this event, actually. Because once this event sets up the next major story bit. Oh yeah, this event is canon. Oh well, if you two are competing too, then I won't have to worry about trying to win. I don't care about races, and so if you only need me to fill a spot, I'll just plod along at my own pace trying not to get injured. Although some events are sillier than others. Besides, if I'm going to be riding my camel anyway, there are other things I'd like to do while I'm at it, hee. Wonderful. Then I'll show you to the starting line. We'll begin the race once all the jockeys are ready. So I suggest you take the time now to... a moment. Are you three planning to race dressed as you are? Yes, why? Is that a problem? Four beautiful babes in swimsuits. I suppose it's not my place to say anything, but you should know that around here, people can be criminally punished for unchaste behavior. Says the woman wearing even less than them. So I advise you pay close attention to your appearance and be careful not to dress inappropriately. Stare wordlessly at the pot calling the kettle black. Yes? What is it? Yeah, that was very much pot calling kettle black. Ah, we have Jaguar Warrior as the... Technically all of them. Technically all of them. But the one that is often utilized for the spin-off cannons would probably be the Unlimited Blade Works route. Alright, folks, this is it. The moment you've all been waiting for. I'm Miss Jaguar Maru, your resident famous beautiful jungle idol, who for some reason prefers doing play-by-play at this table. Yeah, technically they're all canon because there's a sequel to the Fate Stay Night visual novel called Fate Ataraxia that kinda did this thing where it's sort of a sequel in a way that merged all three routes. It's complicated. It's honestly a bit of a mess. Oh yeah, Fate Ataraxia. And with me to provide color commentary is the race's own executive producer, Shiba Nya. Thanks for having me. I'm mainly here so I can watch my adorable camels give their all for the best seat in the desert. So don't expect much from me. That's our Shiba Nya for you. I wish I could finagle a job where I get paid whether I work or not. Anyway, please give us the rules. Of course, they're very simple. Every racer must start the race on their camel, and whoever first crosses the finish line after pushing through all the checkpoints is the winner. Racers may not attack other racers' camels. They may, however, attack each other. So please, feel free to enjoy a bit of battling while you race, but keep it within reason. Oh boy, that's the kind of talk that gets this Jaguar warrior's blood pumping. Oh yeah, Jaguar warrior, you get to slack off. And now, let's introduce the racers. Okay, here they come. Contestant number 1 is, who else? Queen Zenobia! I never said I wouldn't compete myself. I'm quite a talented rider of horses and camels. Do not hold back. Give me only your best. Contestant number 2 is none other than our very own Master and Mashkirialite. So thank you. I'll do my best. Master, I know you're already riding the camel so you can get used to it as quickly as possible, but could you maybe try to wave to the spectators a little? Nope, sorry, I didn't realize his camels were so big. You could use the thing that makes that big woon noise. I'd like to hear it myself. If you mean the war conch, I'm afraid I don't have it with me right now. Maybe next time. For those who don't know, during one of the events, and Mash got her hands on a war conch, which is like a shell you blow into like a horn. It mostly pops up whenever we're doing Japanese warlord stuff. Booey. Oh, by the by, our introductions are starting with the more normal contestants first, so keep that in mind. Wait, we're the more normal ones? Next contestant, number 3, Zufu, the terrifying Summer Fearmancer. Hi, I'm just here to fill an empty slot in the lineup. If any of you are thinking of placing bets on me, I strongly encourage you reconsider. No, not to worry, here gambling is a criminal offense. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna do whatever, so there you go. Next contestant number 4, registered to some random camel owner as Robot Jockey. Huh? What? Robot Jockey? Oh, I read about these when I was studying, so they really are using one. Wow. Makes sense. Lighter jockeys have a significant advantage. Reminds me of of servant versus surrealism. Our next contestants are using camel substitutes. First up, contestant number 5, the assassin from the north. Even now, I still can't tell if she's a fellow cat or not. Dobrynya Nikichi. The only reason she's a cat girl is because her name has Nya in it. I'm gonna have so much fun. Remember, I used my spell to change your mount's appearance and restrict its capabilities. So don't expect your camel to take to the skies in this race. These next two I'm going to introduce together since they seem to be rivals. Of course, these two. Contestant number 6, Madame Carmilla. Contestant number 7, Takeda Harunobu, aka Takeda Shingen. I only agreed to participate in this race because I was told I could show off my machine's true capabilities. Don't know if I'll ever get used to driving across the desert, so something like that looks like a scarlet camel. And though we're here to prove which red sports car is the fastest, seeing my Kurokumo transformed into a camel gutted me. Still, appearances aside, my faithful horse-turned-car-turned-camel isn't about to lose. You'll be eating the Takeda camel's dust soon enough. Confident, aren't you, little boy? So don't hold tight to that confidence, or this phantom thief will steal it at your honor from right under your nose. Oh, you've got guts challenging a Takeda. I look forward to seeing what you're made of, Phantom Thief. Remember, even cars are restricted to camel equivalent speeds, so you can have a fair competition with the other jockeys too. And last but certainly not least, we have an unusual contestant who will be running the race himself. Red hair. Okay, I need a second. Red camel. That was good. Contestant number 8, the terrifying speedster of China, red hair. What? No, you got my name wrong. I'm Lu Bu. Snort. Oops. Must have been a mistake in your entry form. Sorry about that. Take 2. Red camel. No! Lu Bu! I took the liberty of casting the illusion directly on the contestant in this case. I hope you don't mind, sir. Not at all. If word got out that such a renowned figure as myself was taking part in this race, it would cause a panic in the streets. You simply did what you had to do. Nay, hey. Why wasn't this a summer skin? This is hilarious. This is utterly hilarious. And that's all of our contestants. Yes, these are the 8 racers who will be competing for your viewing pleasure today. It will be the one crowned Camel Speedmaster when the sand settles. Stay tuned to find out. I need to take a sip of water. That was hilarious. All right. Is everyone ready? Then here we go. Let's go. Well, now they're underway. Guess there's only one thing to do. Hail. Come forth! Imaginary Lady you! Oh, hey, Zufu, riding a camel. Seems like fun. Okay, sure. Go on then. Take me with you. Yes, lady, my lady. Believe me, I would love nothing more. I'm so happy right now. If only this moment could last forever. Alright, now that the trip is guaranteed to be a treasured memory for me and imaginary Lady you, I'll have to make sure our trip to our destination is as safe and luxurious as if we were on our honeymoon. Ooh. It looks like one of our contestants is already off in her own little world, but that should be entertaining in its own way. He is such a simp. Ultimate delusions. We're really just racing for fun out here, so as long as everyone enjoys themselves, the rest doesn't matter. Whoa, that didn't take long. Racers are closing in on each other. Looks like we're about to see some contact. Well, we'll be showing you live video footage of each likely clash as they occur. And don't worry, everyone, thanks to my spell, it may look like the contestants are fighting a typical battle, but they're actually all being very careful not to harm the camels even as they get in each other's way. Okay, let's see how this goes. Battery's still good. Okay, that's... I have to start with mash. Okay, understood. Manual setup. So I have to have a mash. That's fine. Shielder. Mash Kyriolite. Alright, who can I... Here's my best option here. I can see I'm dealing with multiple enemies here. Alright. Space Ereshkigal, you're basically my go-to at this point, so I'm going to continue using you. I think I got a second one of these. Let's go! Let's go. Hey, Lubu. Start dash. I don't think I actually need to use an NP here. Yep, I don't need that NP. That's Lubu taken care of. Alright, time for the car enthusiasts. Oh, I can keep up. I can keep up easily. Drop a galaxy on them. And finally, who are we dealing with? Zenobia and Nikichi. Final stretch. Let's finish this. Now let Mash get a few hits in. Okay, she just smashed. Smash, smash, as
始ま
usual.
りの1からおしまいの0。時間は巡る川のように宇宙のすべてで包んであげる。誓いなさい、エディ・シグラコラプサ。私の冥界はどんな魂でも受け入れる別の宇宙。敵であっても歓迎するわ。
That, very good, very good. Alright. Let's finish this race. You're Red Herald, right? I'm still impressed by how strong and fast you are. Yeah, definitely a tough opponent, even as a camel. Oops, second. That doesn't mean we're going to lose. I can just keep up as long as I have good use of my Knight of the Round Table horsemanship. As I keep reminding everyone, I'm Lu Bu! And while I'm at it, I have a question. Why do you refuse to look me in the eyes? Because you look hilarious. If I didn't know better, I'd think there was something wrong with my face. No comment. No, not at still not looking him in the eye. Sorry, red hair, but looking away is our only option right now. Behold, Lu Bu from behind! Now from the side! Desperately trying not to crack. Yeah, it is just hilarious. Howard! Howard, I don't know what you're talking about. Who but Lu Bu could fly across these sands? They did call me the Flying General, you know? Well, I, Lu Bu, will always enjoy galloping across grassy plains. There is also something to be said of running through the dry winds of desert dunes. Let's keep this pace. I just realized I no longer see the road signs. Oh, this must be the cunning trap. The Chi Men Dun Jia. Sorry, but no. Yeah, this cat thinks you got so caught up in enjoying your run, you didn't even notice you've left the course. Oh, when did I end up surrounded by wild camels? Hold on, I can't run with you sticking so close to me. You must be fans of mine, no? No. I've never played them. I'm familiar with them. I've just never played them before. I'm happy to sign autographs, but I need you to form an orderly line first. Not bad, little boy. I'm still just getting started. You underestimate the Takeda at your own peril. Now I'm seeing the camels that sound like hot rods, but they're still just move at camel speed. They're drifting on their camels. They're incredible camel jockeys. No, they're riding cars. Ooh, fluffy. Fluffy. But isn't this the turnaround point? Yeah, it is. And they both overshot it by quite a bit. It seems their rides have so much camel power that they struggle with tight turns. Can't hope to match their speed, but we can still compete by being smart about our route. And plus we're in the desert, which is very limited in terms of traction. Haha! I can see how you made a name for yourself in the north, Bogatier. Keeping up with me is no small feat, especially when you're not familiar with the desert. I'm used to navigating treacherous tundra. Compared to that, sand dunes are no big deal. Yep, a tundra is basically just an ice desert. That's not all. We've pulled up to them, Master. However, my whole goal for the summer is to enjoy myself. This race is no different. So I'm focusing less on winning and more on just having a good time. Nicely done. I'm not about to pass up this chance to get in on the fun myself. Of course, I already expected as much. I've been looking forward to fighting you. Looks like we have another race battle in our hands, Master. Then we will have to find a way through while fending them off. Thankfully, Mash is best at defense. Alright, the front runner should be visible any second. Whoa, hold the phone. That silhouette looks like... I can't believe it. The first one to reach the goal is... Right, the robot race jockey. Robot jockey! Nice, he didn't get in anyone else's way. No one got in his way either. So... Looks like not having anyone paying any attention to him meant he could just run the race at his own speed. No, wait. By that logic, there's another camel still in the running. Zufu! Me and Lady Yu together forever. It's Zufu! Apparently, she just kept going at her own pace this whole time, and none of the other contestants have even noticed her. Now, thanks to her employing the tortoise and hare strategy, she's taken second place. I think it's more the I'm a delusional simp category strategy. It's pretty clear from the look in her eyes that she's still off in her own world, but it's like they say, the best place to hide a tree is in the forest. Maybe the best place to hide from reality is in fantasy. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, by the way, I can see Lord Jianyu over there, so I'm gonna go get going. Bye! Even in her dreams, she gets NTR'd by the horseman. Lady Yu, wait! Lady Yu! Well, I've been holding it as I can, but my imagination just couldn't hold out any longer. My image of Lady Yu is so perfect in every detail that it wound up too real. Huh? Unbelievable! But with a surprise burst of speed, Zufu surges ahead to claim first place. The winner is Zufu! And yet, she still feels like she lost. Still 10,000 QP. I will not say no to that. That's still funny, though. Still funny. Getting a bit chilly over here. Congratulations to all of you on a wonderful race. Now, for the banquet to celebrate our contestants, our producers, and our spectators. Please enjoy the pleasure of the desert at night for as long as your heart desires. Oh, and of course, we mustn't forget to celebrate the race's winner. She is the true queen of tonight's festivities. I'm afraid we do not have any alcohol, but at least make sure she has first pick of all the best meats. Congratulations on your victory, Zufu. All I did was enjoy my imaginary date with Lady Yu. I might have lost, but it still had a lot of fun. Me too, this was a wonderful experience. Yep, I can imagine it being very enjoyable. So long as you don't think about the smell of a camel. And it looks like Master enjoyed herself too. The gamble worked out great. Camel racing was already on our list of possible activities, so I'm glad to see you enjoyed it, Margaret. Though I was surprised to see you taking part yourself. Well, I know that, but I think I just go with the headcanon that Buddha just generally doesn't like drinking alcohol and uses the underage timey-wimey nonsense as an excuse. We even got some prize money thanks to Zufu's win, so I'd say everything worked out. I couldn't see the whole race since I had some business to take care of, but I did see you cross the finish line. You all did great. I knew this going in, but the desert really doesn't suit me at all. While you are a water city, with so little rain or water around, I didn't have enough magical energy to make a small city-style motorcycle. I know what you mean. I miss being surrounded by water too. Not to say getting by it is difficult here. It's nice that it's not too cold, even now when the sun's setting. For a desert, the temperature doesn't seem to fluctuate all that much. I think it's because of the terrain. As I thought, there are some things you just can't grasp until you experience them yourself. Well, heck, are you talking about Tenochtitlan or Dubai? Because for Dubai, Tenochtitlan is built on a lake in a but I think it's still fairly heavy rain area, because that area of Mexico, as Mexico is near mountains, and that causes some heavy rains. At least that's what I think it's like. I'm looking forward to enjoying an evening at a campsite in a comfortable desert. It looks like the food's ready too. That meat smells really good. I think I'll go get some. Better load up my plate too, since I'm still a growing boy. Yeah, I think Mexico City is probably one of the near a lot of waterways of some kind. So it might be a fairly dry area, but there's lots of rivers. Yeah, I think that's it. There's a lot of rivers in that area of Mexico. Of course, I see there are also mountains of dates to enjoy, as well as other sweets I'm not familiar with. My hopes are high. Then what are you waiting for? Okay. Let's take the queen up on her generous offer and enjoy the festivities. I just wish there was some good old-fashioned pirate rum to go around too. Oh, this team, the Samurai Remnant team. Hello. I'm happy to see you're having fun. And that's the Shinsengumi boys. Ah, Mandricardo! My bro, my man. No, I think he specifically wanted the rum, the booze. These shish kebabs are great. I love nice, simple dishes like this. Feels like the kind of thing you'd eat while off on an adventure. Astolfo! Hey, hello. Seems kind of like peasant food, not a treat for royalty, but they're sure tasty. Something wrong, Mante? Brother Mante. I was thinking about how... Ruggiero used to eat skewers like this all the time. Le gasp! If I'm thinking about that, then Ruggiero might be somewhere close by again. I've got to go look for him. Hope you find him, but you probably shouldn't run around holding a skewer like that. And now for some entertainment, starting with belly dancing. Matahari. Next, I'll do a little fire dancing on my own. Kiyohime, the yandere. Ha. It's nice and fun. Those trails the flames leave in the dark are beautiful. And now the finale. No. I love you, Master. Completely expected. I do not know how to play Mahjong. I don't think you should be using the show for your own personal agenda. Oh, look here, the children trio. Oh, Jack the Ripper, nursery rhyme, and finally, a Jeanne d'Arc Santa Altar Lily. Oh, look, there's Voyager. This is Voyager. He is the Voyager space probe. He's so adorable. This is fun, huh, Jing Jing? It's so sparkly and floaty and burny. More! Yay, dancing, performance. It's beautiful. I love it. Vitra? Specifically Voyager 1, yes. Well, everyone, are you enjoying yourselves? Yep, and the barbecue is super yummy too. A good braai is always enjoyable. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I tend to go to bed early, so I just wish to check in before doing so. King of the Desert, I know I asked you this before, but you know how there's supposed to be a beast somewhere around Dubai? You still don't have any idea how that might have happened or noticed anything else strange? No, unfortunately. However, I may have mentioned this before, but something does seem off. This is a good desert. There's no question about that, and yet I can't help but feel there is something different about it. That may just be that it is not the desert of Palmyra I once called home, but for some reason, it also feels like the difference runs deeper somehow. At least, that is how it seems at the moment. I apologize for being so vague. I may just be that the race has me overly excited, and that is throwing my senses off. Yep, they're just throwing the foreshadowing out like, there is something wrong about Dubai. You feel something off. The opposite could be true. The excitement from the race could have sharpened your senses and helped you notice something you missed. But, oh yeah, the hints are so damn obvious in retrospect. No, never trust BB. Never trust BB. BB is always doing something suspicious. Never trust her. Mostly because BB has a bit of a punishment fetish, so she often does these little evil schemes just so that we punish her. The opposite could be true. The excitement from the race could have sharpened your senses. If your instincts are telling you something, it'd be a waste to dismiss them out of hand. I didn't notice anything like that while I was racing, though I guess I did imagine Lady Yu so vividly that she might just show up in my dreams. How is that different from usual, you ask? It isn't. Wait for me, Lady Yu. Oh, speaking of dreams, Okay, yeah. Looks like this fair lady has already set sail for Dreamland. So she likes to sleep even earlier than I do. Good. Do you have a ride back to the hotel? If not, I can arrange a car for you. Unless, of course, you would prefer to take camels instead. I have now even more joy on my joy counter. Currently, the most suspicious thing about this summer event is that outside of Ereshkigal's situation, there is absolutely nothing wrong with Dubai, which is a big suspicious thing. Well, absolutely nothing seemingly wrong. Everyone's gathered. So I guess here's today's report. Lay seemed to like a strong candidate, but it turned out she was only up to her usual tricks. Well, okay, there's no crisis seemingly happening. There's no time loop, burn Nunos. There's no big situation with the baby dinosaur. It's just BB runs Dubai for some reason. Seems like a strong candidate. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are just weird about this place that makes it super suspicious. But it turned out that she was up to her usual tricks. So unfortunately, we didn't get much information from her. Yeah, I wish we could at least determine whether this happened naturally or someone intentionally changed her. Honestly, if it's natural, I don't think there's much we can do about it. However, if it's intentional, then our top suspect is still, yes, BB, the one who invited us here in the first place. I know it might be late to be asking this, but is it even possible to do what we believe she has? Do we know of any technique, spell, system, noble phantasm, or law that could turn someone into a beast? And does BB even have access to any such ludicrous methods? Methods. I don't know about what they could be, but knowing BB, I wouldn't rule it out. It's BB. I mean, I remember the first time we went to Hawaii, BB basically befriended the crueling chaos and created a time loop. Like, she can just pull random shit out sometimes. She's basically always a computer bug. Always been a computer bug come to life. So, I'm sorry, I wish I could say for sure. A computer bug come to life. What a scary thought. The problem is we can't even get to BB, and we don't even know if BB's the problem. Plus, the issue is that for all the pain she causes, BB has been helpful in the past. In fact, my rampage was caused by a computer bug, munching on chocolate dates. I asked you to come too because I'm getting tired of keeping this deception, so now that you're here, tell me this. What did you mean when you said I smell like the servant first? So the only one who thinks we're pretending is the master. Exactly what I said. I smelt it on you. I don't know anything more than that. More questions are not what we need right now. Anyway, let's set aside how this could have happened for the moment. Personally, the moment the servant first popped up... Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you so very much. I very much appreciate it. As I always like to say, one follow is a successful stream. But yeah, she's untrustworthy but extremely reliable. And let's be perfectly honest, she's not the worst individual we have in Chaldea's roster. That set aside how this could have happened for the moment. Should we look into BB again to see if she's responsible? Alright, I thought I might learn something if I talked to her, so I tried to contact her when I had some spare time. But she never got back to me. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. I can't even tell if our connection has been cut off, or if she's closed it intentionally. When you stop and think about it, we really don't know anything. How did BB even end up ruling Dubai? Yeah, that's the most suspicious thing. How did she end up in charge of Dubai? Right. I just remembered, there's something I wanted to say about this city. Its atmosphere feels strange, and I don't just mean BB's additions. There's something else. Something I've only realized now that we've been here a few days. I see. So what have you noticed? Remember how Molay said she hadn't been able to perform her demon's summoning ritual? If she was telling the truth, then whatever is so strange about this world might have had something to do with it. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I'm realizing this place doesn't seem normal. There's something that you'd absolutely expect to be here that I can barely sense. No, not just barely, I can't sense it at all. It's as though it just doesn't exist. Something you'd absolutely expect to be here. The scent of death. Oh. Yeah. Chiba detected a 100% chance, meaning there's absolutely no chance of death here. I am the goddess of the underworld, so I can obviously sense the presence of death. But I can't pick up even the faintest whiff of death in this city. I don't know why that is or how it could have happened, but I can say this for certain. There's something strange about this city. So we still don't know whether BB is involved, or how she could have done this if she is. Alright then, change of gears, I have a report of my own to make. This has been on my mind for a while now. There's something strange about this city. So today I decided to investigate further and see if I could discover what that was. Is this about how things are in the wrong place? Buildings are missing? Really, I've been so taken with this lovely modern city. What could be so strange about it? I'll come right to the point. There's something off with this map, with the map this whole time. Take a look at this guidebook I got at the Dubai Mall. It covers Dubai's history, of course, but it also includes a map of what it looks like today. Yes, that's the same map we've been seeing since we arrived. What about it? Bluntly, it's wrong. I thought something about it was off from the start. No matter how I think on it, it just doesn't match the map of Dubai I studied before we left. Yep, the shape is wrong. Districts are in the wrong spot. Not to say it's totally unrecognizable. It's little things like the topography not being quite the same, or certain buildings being swapped around. There is a plethora of minor inconsistencies. Maybe you're just misremembering? Nope. This is off. Not to mention, I know it's easy to forget, but we're actually in the year 2030 now, too. Isn't it more likely that in the time that's passed, things have just changed a bit from what you studied? That could have happened, but not to this degree. That's possible, of course, but I'm not the only one who's noticed these discrepancies. Think back to when Passionlip was telling us about Dubai. He studied it just like I did, and there were moments when she was confused just like I was too. I think the difference between this map and what she recalled have left her bewildered. Now that you mention it, I don't know anything about the supposedly absent scent of death, but I have thought there was something strange about this city as well. Like, most of the city is the same as what I studied, but there are things that don't quite line up with what I remember. I figured I was just messing things up like always, but now... Well, I suppose that's still very possibly the case. Anyway, I just thought I would let you know. Things like that have been nagging at me for some time now. So today I decided to ask these two servants we ran into at the breakfast buffet this morning to investigate. Shiomi! I went to investigate the enormous tower we believe to be BB's stronghold. But the bounded field was so powerful I could not get close. The same was true for the plaza and water fountain at its foot. I was afraid that might be the case, so it seems we really won't be able to get in unless we play by her rules. I accompanied Percival in surveying the outer edges of the desert during the camel race. Is that why you passed on your chance to participate in the race yourself? That was one reason, yes. I was looking for an opportunity to investigate the desert. That seemed like my best one. Interesting. I would like to race myself, but if I had, I wouldn't have been able to focus on anything else. At any rate, I'll get right to it. Neither Sir Kotaro nor I were able to find the edge of the desert. Whenever we tried, we encountered a kind of lost woods phenomenon which kept us running in circles. So you tried to go out and then you came right back in. So even if they were to head across the desert in a straight line, there's no way for anyone to leave this Dubai. That's definitely not normal. No, it's not. But it is useful information. Now there's one more thing we can say for sure about the oddities with Dubai. We still need to keep it in mind. Of course, we still don't have anything conclusive to go on, so I'm hoping you two ninja will continue to work for us as our safety net. Can we count on you to keep helping Master from the shadows? Indeed. Yes, of course. If things take a turn for the worst, something bad does happen, we will end it in the shadows before Master even notices, so that she may continue to enjoy her vacation in peace. That is how a first-rate ninja operates. Very good. Those two are very loyal ninja. Of course, the best possible outcome is that this is concluding without anything unusual happening. It's still entirely possible that Ereshkigal's beast transformation was just a coincidence, and it will fade away on its own with no one the worse for wear. Right, however, now that we've come this far, we can't afford to let our guard down. Tomorrow is the last day of our tour. Our job remains the same, and one aspect of it is to gather as much information as we can about beasts, so we can deal with this one properly and safely, if it comes to that. If there's something strange with the city itself, learning more could be helpful. However, even if nothing further happens with this beast matter, we still have another order we must fulfill at all costs. We need to keep what we're doing here a secret from the others, and make sure everyone returns from this summer vacation refreshed and rejuvenated. Oh, I realize it. This is a simultaneous conversation, so Mash's group was having their conversation, and Ereshkigal's group are having it in a different room. Even though, really, the only one who is unaware is It's a hilarious situation. And the next one, I think this is where I'm going to call it here. My throat is starting to kill me, and I think it will probably die if I continue any longer. And as I said, I have a job interview tomorrow. So, I would just like to say, as per usual, thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you all for coming to this stream. It has been a most wonderful, wonderful experience just going through this with you and reading it. Yeah, job interviews, next week is going to be pretty tough for me as well. Well, I have a temporary thing going on. It's not too bad, but again, you have to keep... Some of these things can be a bit tough. Still, regardless, yes, I had a lot of fun with all of you. Yep, no problem. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow or not, but I will say that if I feel like it, I will. If not, I'll stream on Thursday. Not entirely sure what I would stream, but maybe I'll stream some Star Rail if I think they're Fate crossovers then. If not, I might stream this again, or I might finally get around to catching up on Envy. Still, regardless, thanks for coming, everyone. As per usual, I'm sending the Twitch viewers... Oh yeah, Enfield got a new story update a few days ago. I just haven't gotten around to it. Still, regardless, I'm going to go have a relaxing time, have something to eat and drink, and send everyone off on a raid. Until next time, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye!